In this tutorial, you will learn how to send SMS with AWS SNS using Java Spring Boot, and we will be using Thymeleaf to receive data or to collect the phone number and then send the message to the provided phone number. And here is what you will learn in this tutorial: sending SMS with AWS SNS using Spring Boot. You will learn creating I am a user account, creating credentials, create key and access key in I am a user account, setting credential in system variables, and using credential to send SMS message to mobile number, using Thymeleaf form to collect data. So this is what you will learn in this tutorial. Here is the form which we can use to collect the phone number and then send the message. Okay, so I will show you an example here. So once we have the phone number and added the phone number like this, so we can send the message and we will have message sent successful. So let's do this together. Okay, now let's create a new project, and in the new Spring Starter project, let me name the project as sending SMS. Sending SMS. Okay, the description will be sending SMS with AWS SNS. Okay, and the package, I will name the package coding techniques. Okay, so as well as the group. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Let's move on and add the dependency. So here in the dependency we have Spring Boot Dev Tool. I will choose this for the live reload. Spring Web, we will use Thymeleaf, and this is all we need. So the next thing we will do is click finish. So we will later add the dependency for the AWS. So let the project finish import. So here is the project that create sending SMS. Okay, so it finished processing here. Let's check inside the dependencies. So we will add the dependency here. So, and here is the dependency for the AWS that I will use. Okay, you can copy it, so, and you can write it and add it into your dependency. So let me add this and save the file. So we add this dependency. The next thing we will do is to run the application. So let's open the main. Inside here we have the starter class, which is sending SMS application. Okay, now let's run this and make sure it is working. Run as Spring Boot app. Okay, so now it is starting. So our application is now working correctly. Now the next thing we will do, we will first go and set our SNS before implementing anything here. So let's do this together. Okay, now we will set our SNS phase and then come back to implement this. So now let's go to the browser. Here is the aws.amazon.com. Then we will go to sign into the console. So I will sign using root user, and later we will create I am a user and we will use it to sign. So now let me add the email coding techniques 15@gmail.com. So click next, and here I will add the password. Okay, let's sign in. So it taken me to the AWS console. So here we will search I am user. Okay, so here is I am. Let's click on the I am. Okay, now let's go to the users. So we have no user. Here we will create user. So let's name this user SNS, and then click on the provide user access. I will choose I want to create an I am a user, which is for to enable programmatic access through access keys. Yes, so this I will leave this as auto generated, and then the next thing, let's click next. So I will use the attach policy and add permission. So I will use the administrative access. So I will access the user as an administrator. So and I can modify and change anything I want. So the next thing, I will add the SNS full access. So here this is what we need. Then let's click next and create. We don't need the stack. Let's just create user. So the user created, and here we have the password which is auto generated, and we will change this. But before, let's download this CV, the file which we will use, and show in folder. We want to open this file and open with Notepad. So here is what we have. We will use this URL to access I am a user account. Let's click on a new tab and add this. So the username is user SNS, which is the name of the I am a user account that we create, and the password, let's go back to this. Here is the password. Okay, so let's add the password and then access this. So it will prompt us to change the password. Here is the old password, and let me add the new. You can add new password as well. Okay, let me confirm the change. So I have, it is not the same as the new password. Let me add this again. Okay, Let's confirm the password again. So it is now correct. So it is opening the I am user. We will create a credential. So here is I am. Okay, it is taking us to the, let's go to the users. Here is the user SNS that we created, and here we are in the I am console. Okay, so what we will do next is to create access key. So let's click on the I am a user. Here we have create access key. I will choose command line and then click I understand. So next, I will not have any description here. I will just go to create. So here we have access key, and then we have secret access key. And if you try to access with this access key later, you will not have access to it, because this is just for the tutorial. I will delete it and you will create your own as well in the AWS SNS. I am a user. Okay, now what I will do, I will download this. So, and then let's open this file again. Open the notepad with notepad. So here is the access key and then secret access key. So we will add this to the system variable. So let me first copy the access key. Okay, so copy the access key and then search for the environment variable, env. So we will have the environment variable. So let's click on this. So here is the environment variable, and we can have our access key here. Previously I have used the AWS access key, so let me change this to the new access key we have. Here is you will write the variable name as AWS access key ID and then paste this. So now we have our access key. What is remaining is secret key. Click. You can edit and add, and you can add new as well. Let me show you as an example, and then click the variable and the value. So now let me click this out. So click OK, and what we will do next is that we will also copy the access key and then go to the environment variable, and here is what I have. Now let me copy this as the new access key that we have. So this AWS region depend on what we have when we create the SNS or when we go to the SNS. For now I will click OK, and then I will click this out as well. This. Now let's search for the SNS. We have this SNS, which means simple notification service. Click on this. Okay, so now we will have the phone number. We will add the phone number which we will use to send the message. We will use the phone number and we will verify it here. So you can send message to non-verified if you are using the paid one. So now let's do this and add the phone number. Click on the text messaging SMS. Okay, now we will click here to add the phone number or here, but first let's see the region we have here. We have EU not 1. We have EU not 1. So we will copy this EU not 1 and add this to the environment variable, which is env environment variable. So we have EU not 1 as well here, so we don't need to add it because we already have it. Once we paste it, it is the same thing. So let's click OK. Okay, so the last thing we will do is to add phone number, and you will select here to add your country code. Then in the phone number, select the language and then submit. You will have your then add the phone number. So you will have your phone number verified, and you will use the same number to send SMS. So once you verify it, then you will be sending SMS. Okay, so this is how we come to the end of setting these SNS, and the next thing we will do is to go back to our code and have the message util, the controller, and the form as well. So let's do this together. Now inside this our environment, we will now create a package util, new package util, which we will create a message util that we can use to send the message finish. Let's create new class message util. Okay, we have message util. Click finish. So here is what we have. The class is creating now. We have this class, so let's add the method to send the message public static. We will access this directly. Public static void send message, and then here we will define the implementation. Okay, first what we need is the credentials, and what we will do, we will use the basic AWS credential. Let's name this credential equal to new basic AWS credentials. So it is searching, and I want it to finish. Here we have this string access key and string secret key. So we will use this to add the access key and the secret key. So let me have this. We will start with the access key. Now let me break this line because it will be too long. And how we can access our variable that we have set, the value that we have set in the system variable, we will use the class system, have the method get env. So, and here we will pass the string. Okay, and let's go to the env edit environment variable. So what we will do here is to copy the AWS access key ID. Okay, AWS access key ID, it will get the value using this string. So the next thing, let's copy and paste this. So to change, we will just change this to secret key. So let's go back again, environment variable, and we will copy the string name. So it will get this for us. Okay, so now we have the credential ready. What we will do next is to create SNS client. Okay, let's create the SNS client. We will use the Amazon SNS interface as a type. Let's say the variable as SNS client. This will be capital on. Okay, so we have this. So we will call the Amazon SNS client builder class, call the standard, which is calling the standard is like calling the instance, so we can access the face. Let's access the with credential and pass the credential we set. So we need the class static credential provider, new static new AWS. So it is, we have this AWS static credential provider, and we pass the credential that we have here, so it passes it automatically. And what we will do again is we will add the region. So with region, and we will use this enum to access the region. EU, we are dealing with the EU not one, and here it is. So the last method we will call is build. So we finish building the Amazon SNS client. So the last one is sending the request. Okay, so to send the request, first we need to pass the parameter here, string, which is phone number, which is, we will pass the phone number that we will use, and then followed by string message, which is the message that we want to send. Okay, so and we will use it face. Let's have, we will use the publish result, here we have publish result, and name it the result, so equal to SNS client dot, here we will use the method publish, and here is the publish with the parameter request. And let me break this. So we can add the new publish request, and we can access some method. First we will add with message, which we will pass the message inside this, and then with phone number. Okay, so it passes automatically. So the last one what we will do is that we finish creating this, but this will possibly throw an exception, and we have Amazon SNS exception, which is exception from the side of the Amazon, and Amazon SDK client exception. Okay, now we will add the try catch for the exception, and we will copy this code into this. First we need the Amazon client exception, so but first let's pass the SNS exception, which is exception from the side of the Amazon SNS, and the client exception, that is the having error with the setting some credentials or variables, so from the side of the client. So let's add Amazon client exception. So this is better now, and what we will do is to copy all this code, then pass it here. So I am forgetting this comment, and this comment is like guiding the reader. So we have this, and so this is the end of this, and let's use this to print stack trace. Copy here. So we finish with the creating of this class. The next thing we will do is to create the controller and as well as the Thymeleaf form. So let's do this. Okay, now let's create a controller to handle the request. Let's go to the package and create sub package, package.controller. Click finish. So inside this, let's create SNS controller. Okay, so we have this, and let's annotate this with add controller. So the first thing we need at get mapping, and let's pass the path as send SMS. Okay, so let's have public string, let's name it send SMS. Okay, and this will return a page. Let me name the page form SNS. Okay, so this is all we need for the get mapping, and now let me create the post mapping. So we will be using this URL as well, and then let's create the method public string sending SMS. So to differentiate this method, or let me write this get SMS page, it better, and then name this send SMS. Okay, so it better now, and let's return the form SNS that we were going to build. Okay, so here we will use the at request param. We will get the parameter phone number, which we will create in the form. So phone number, so let's map it to the string phone number. Okay, so this is what we will use. And first, let me call the message util dot send message. Here I will pass the phone number, and the second parameter is the message, and let me set hi from coding techniques. So this is what we will do, and I need the model. So let me break this down so that we can have model. So okay, and then the last thing we will have is to have a message model dot add string, and this will be message, so followed by the message will be sent successfully. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We created the controller, and the next thing we will do is to create the form SNS. Okay, so let's create a message form. So let's go to the resource, and in the template, new order, and have this. So it's not supposed to be this. I copy the form SNS. Okay, so here is what we have now. We will have ChatGPT create this for us, and here it is. I ask a question: generate me HTML CSS registration page with this color. So you can ask the same, so that not to waste time. Okay, let's copy this here. No. Okay, so let's start changing this. First, we will change this to message page instead of the registration page. Message page, and we will copy all this to another file and link it. Let's create a CSS, new order CSS, and name this style. Okay, so let me copy this to style from the body down to the input. Copy this to the style. Okay, we have this, and then let me link this. Okay, we will use the link, and then here we will pass the rel equal to style sheet, and then we'll pass the href equal to, we will use this attribute, and then pass the style .css. So this reduces a lot of code, and let's check if this works. So Let me click this out and then go to the local host, have send SMS. Okay, here is the registration form, and now we will change this a little bit. So let's go back to, okay, we will change this to send message, and we will also have the div for the message that we just div, and let's have a class and call it message. The message that we added in the controller, we want to display it here, th, if the message is not equal to null. Okay, if the message is not equal to null, but we have to add this inside this attribute. So let me copy this. Okay, so and inside this we will have the message. To have the message, we will use this attribute and just call the message like this. So this is okay for this, and we will style this later, but for now let us change this completely. I will delete this because we need only, and I will change this to send. Okay, this to phone number, and this to enter your phone number, the placeholder, enter your phone number, and let me capitalize this P as well. So here the action, th action, will be send SMS. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and let's look at the form once again. So it changes to something like this, and let me bring this back small. So if we go to, let's go to the CSS, and let's check the container is 400 pixel, and we add this to be 100%. Let's reduce it to 90. Okay, 90%, and let's refresh this so it's better now. And we also have a message this, so let me change this a little bit, and let me define this here, our div for message. Okay, the background color will be as the same as the submit, and the text inside will be white. So let me copy this here first, and I need a margin, the margin of 0, vertical and horizontal auto. So I also need a padding of just, let me add 15 pixel, and the I need the text, font text, or font text. Let me see if this attribute, So let me give this font to 20 or 17. So font size, sorry, okay, and add this. So let's see if this implementation works. Here we have the method, and let me add the role to equal to form. So let me save this. Okay, let me add the phone number and try to send. Okay, so let's click send. So I sending. I have the send successful and the message received. So we are having problem because we set this outside the container. So let's go back and copy this to be inside the container, and let's submit again. So let me remove this. Let me add the phone number again. I will just copy next time. So I did not save. Let me save these changes. Okay. So now is inside this. It is better, and you will add the border radius so that it can look sharper here. So let me do this. The last thing, it will look curved. So go to the message and add the border radius of 20 pixel, and the padding is too much. I will just add 5 so it will look better. Let me send again. So it is better now, and this is the end of this tutorial. I hope you will subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you for watching.